Hi all, today I'm showing you Ina Garten's breakfast sausage strata, just in time for the holidays and a full house. Ingredients you'll need. Now I listed everything I use in my version of Ina Garten's breakfast strata. Hope it helps. First up, I am going to grate 4 cups of Colby Jack cheese, or you can use the prepackaged shredded already. That's easier but a little bit more expensive, so I tend to shred my own cheese. Trying to save a penny where I can. And after that, I move on to finely chopping the red bell pepper and onion. This is where it differs. She used like a 1/4 cup of chopped onion, and I think, or something like that, or 1/2 cup of red bell pepper. But I like these flavors, so I used a medium onion and whole bell pepper, and I just finely chopped it. And of course, I'm using the food processor to make life easier. Or you can use a knife and a cutting board if it's easier for you, or you don't have one. And next, I just measured out 12 ounces of breakfast sausage meat. And then I add, over a medium-high flame, I add a 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil to the stock pot. That's my addition as well. And then I add the sausage meat. And then next, I break it up and brown the meat. I use, of course, the potato masher. I find it so much easier to break up any kind of meat with a potato masher. I can barely talk. Excuse me. I'm a little tired. It's the holidays. And next I add the onion and bell pepper, and I mix well. And I'm just going to cook everything together. And I'm going to make sure that before I pull it off the stove that the sausage is completely cooked. And now I'm just going to add the can of green chilies. And again, I'm going to cook till the sausage is done. And once that's done, I'll pull it off the stove. But usually I cook it for 10 minutes after adding this. And now I'm going to measure out 2 cups of whole milk. And I would suggest using whole milk and not low fat, because it's the holidays. And next, I'm going to add 6 large room temperature eggs to the mixing bowl. And I always crack them into a separate measuring cup because I'm afraid of shells, especially during the holidays. You don't want someone to bite into a shell. That would just be mortifying. And I'm just going to whisk it on high. And then I'm going to add the milk. And then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of dried mustard. I'm using Coleman's, which is the English kind. And then I'm adding a teaspoon of diamond kosher salt. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. And then I'll turn the mixer back on for a minute and just whip everything together. And after I've done that, now I'm going to cut up the baguette into cubes. Now this is the other difference. She just asked for 6 slices of white bread. She wasn't specific in her white bread on what kind she wanted, but I found that just 6 slices of white bread wasn't enough. So it must have been a boule or something that she was using. So I just cut up a baguette into cubes. And if I ever feel I need more bread, I actually had a bowl, and I took a few slices and I just cut them up and to kind of bump up the bread that I thought I needed. And the great thing about this recipe is you can make it ahead up to a few days before you cook it off. And then next, I'm going to spray the pan with cooking spray. In fact, they want you to have it overnight in the refrigerator before you bake it off. So half the bread goes in right now. It's like Jenga, just, making sure it's covering the bottom, but not too much. Then I'm going to add half of the sausage mixture that I cooked up earlier. Let's cool down. And then I'm going to take half of the cheese mixture and I'm going to sprinkle it evenly over the top. And yes, we use 4 cups for this. It's very cheesy and delicious. I just had some for dinner last night again. So good. And we repeat the process until all the ingredients are gone. And there's just really 2 layers you do. So it's actually really fast to make. And again, you store it overnight before you bake it off. Now I'm just putting on the final cheese layer. And then next I am gonna evenly pour the egg mixture over the breakfast strata. And try to be as even as you possibly can. The bread will soak everything up because you're going to put it in the refrigerator overnight with some parchment paper and foil. So it will seem like it's not going to get soaked up, but it does. That's why you place it in the refrigerator overnight, so the bread can soak up all the egg and milk. So now I just put the parchment paper down. I always put parchment paper down between any food and the foil. And now I just put it in the refrigerator overnight. It's very heavy, by the way. And the next day I brought it out. I'm going to let it rest for half an hour. And in the meantime, while I'm letting it rest, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And then after 30 minutes, I'm going to remove the foil and I'm going to place it in the oven. And this will bake in the preheated 350 degree oven for 50 to 60 minutes. And every oven's different, that's why I always say 50 to 60.
So unsteady.
So you're going to bring it out and you're going to let it rest for about 10 minutes.
It's so heavy.
And this is what it looks like after it's rested, and I just sprinkled some parsley on top. It's so delicious and it's perfect for a full house of guests during the holidays. To help our channel grow, we're asking everybody to please like, subscribe, and comment. If you're enjoying our content, and gosh, we really hope that you are, please consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help us out tremendously. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. All right, we'll see you all real soon. We post new videos 3 times a week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. All right, we'll see y'all real soon. Thank you all for watching. We're ever so grateful to all of our subscribers, new and old, and for people just stopping on by to watch us. As always, stay safe and be blessed. This is just a reminder, this year's Vlogmas begins November 23rd. That's this Sunday. I can't believe it. It's already come. And then, of course, it runs through December 31st, which is New Year's Eve. So there'll be a new video during Vlogmas every single day at 12 noon. And it'll be on things like cocktails or hors d'oeuvres or mains or sides, decorations, just having fun shopping. It's the holidays. So I hope y'all come on by. And as always, stay safe and be blessed.